Today I'll be reviewing. It is kind of a mockumentary dropped on Netflix called Cunk on Earth, and this documentary, like Netflix was showing me, I was thinking, is that a documentary about like this person going to places and discovering things? No, it isn't. Although Netflix was trying to do advertise like that. So this documentary is actually, I guess she's a comedian, Philomena Cunk. She goes to like all these places in the world and she goes there, and some of these places are like known for so many things. She goes there and she kind of like make fun of it, or she says all this joke on all this stuff. At first I was like, because I didn't know who this was, neither Netflix was telling me what it was. So it is a mockumentary, and I guess she goes to all these places and I guess she kind of like mock all this thing. So in this show, you see she goes to like each episode is dedicated to all this thing. Like in the episode you see like she goes to all these places, and that episode is in the beginning, and then the second episode she goes to all the faith places, different kind of faith, and it does explore on the faith, and the third episode is on Renaissance, and the fourth one is on the rise of the machine, and the fifth one is called War of the World. That is very interesting. Some of these episodes' name, they look like they are taken from these famous movies. Okay, so what do I think about this documentary? This documentary, sometimes it is really funny actually. When she like going to all this place and she's exploring, and she's like all these people comes on and telling us what is all is about, and then out of nowhere she says all this weird thing to all these people who are explaining, and I'm like, what? Some of her jokes are okay, maybe funny a little bit. Some of her jokes don't land. You're like, why did you say that? That was weird and awkward. Like, this show has many weird and awkward scenes. I think it meant to be like that. But sometimes it was a little bit off-putting, the way she was saying. It was like, she just says stuff. I was like, that's pretty dumb what she said. Then again, she was trying to make laugh, and I was like, oh. But however, some of this episode, it is interesting about all these things she was trying to explore, and her commentary on some of the stuff, I also found it like, So her commentary, once again, they don't have any value, but all these people comes on and tell us about it. It was really like good, I would say. So this show, it is kind of, for me, is personally, it is like okay. I think because maybe this comedian, I'm not familiar with her work, but I see some people like her comedy. I found her comedy sometimes very dumb. It sounds like, what are you saying? Like very pointless. What are she saying? She's trying so hard to make audience laugh with all this weird stuff, like pretending to be dumb. That's not my cup of tea. Although I liked all these places she went to. I thought they were interesting. All these people comes on and tells you, and she kind of like cuts them off and tells this joke, which it will be interesting for some people. But I found it kind of like, what? What was the point of it? Like, why you are making fun of all this thing? And although this show does, the faith episode was, I was like, will she saying some stuff about faith? Because it's very delicate subject. But she did put some comment. I was like, bravo for her commenting on faith, because very sensitive. That was very interesting. Then again, this comedian, they're not afraid of anything. Is this documentary worth checking? I think people who like this comedian, they will like this show. People who are not familiar with her work, like me, I found it sometimes that was weird and awkward. That is what I was thinking, and that was my thought on this. Let me in the comment, what do you think about this show? And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget my other reviews on other Netflix show. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.